Hi, so it's after Fajr. I just recorded this one video and I just was sitting with myself. Then I started just looking at my events in hindsight. And yeah, you can see how comfortable I am. So it's just so fascinating when you actually look back and see how things unfolded in a way that they did, like so subtly and so amazingly that it blows your mind, right? So I was, like the title already tells you, I was always a Muslim. I was born a Muslim, but I never realized what being a Muslim meant. And until COVID hit, hashtag all they say is COVID is a blessing in disguise. But that was not the time. COVID hit, and back in 2021, that's when I actually took my Shahada. And that Shahada is basically when you actually claim by your heart and everything that you are a Muslim. And that's when I started learning, and it just shifted my mind that the whole idea of what I've been fed at a religion being sticks, right? Something you have to do, and if you didn't do, then you will have a very bad consequences. That always involves fire. Let me just put it out there. But but the way I saw it, it's just that um when I actually accepted, okay, I accepted everything and I accepted being a Muslim, I actually felt more freedom than submitting to the creator. um in Islam, like God is Allah, like, right? So when I actually submitted to the God, the creator Allah, it was as if I actually became more free, and I actually felt the taste of freedom at that time. And it's weird because when we look at the world, we often see that when it comes to submitting, because Muslim basically means to submit, right? When we always, it comes to submit, it comes on, okay, someone else has a control over us, or someone else rule us in a very negative circumstances, in a way that you are more like slave. And yes, in Islam as well, we are slaves of Allah. And but the whole meaning, the whole perception, the whole relationship is just amazing. Because, and yes, like when I write about it, when I speak about it, I can obviously say and all of these things. But when I actually felt about it, it just changed the way I saw things, like a little things in life, the way I saw it. And yeah, like at the very start, that even the accepting, even the way I progressed, that was really difficult for me, right? And as you all know that hijab, when it comes covering the head, is very big part, right? And I was adamant that okay, I have now accepted Islam and I really want to cover my head, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I really wanted to, because I just would see women, Joe, so um amazingly, but more important, unapologetically um wearing hijab, and I would just question myself why I couldn't do it. And yeah, it was a battle of about 2 years, I would say. um like in hindsight, it was 2 years, like a big time. But then again, it was just that me discovering about, it's not always you take everything in, and it's either everything or nothing. It's just the small steps that you take. And right now I see myself, and I'm just like, oh my god, like everything that I hoped as a child, as a teenager building, I am. Um, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, basically all praise and thanks to Allah. I like I'm actually achieving those. Like I remember that I wanted to open a restaurant, and I thought that okay, I want to open a restaurant, but um, how can I even serve the underprivileged, like those people? Then I thought, okay, I will distribute food, the leftover food I'll be able to distribute. Then I was like, yeah, that's fine, but what if I actually keep a day when all those people who think that they cannot afford to be in a restaurant, they can easily come in and order food for free. And I always said that, okay, how can I give back to society? And yes, I have always had that, but at that time, I think that bring out of me and more in a more pronounced way when I actually moved out of my home. And then why I actually see, yes, like when you read it's um Karachi, even though Pakistan is equals to is a Muslim country, it's not really that safe when it comes to Muslims, especially women, right? But when I was able to do that, make those changes, help people, and even help animals, like I never thought I had a soft spot. And look at me, I have seven stray cats I look after, and not forgetting every other cat I found my way, and then piss, 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 piss my way, and they are able to just get food and everything, and cuddle and purr and everything. Anywho, so it's just amazing. So these type of things, and now I see, okay, although yes, the restaurant was there, but yeah, that restaurant idea died, but the real essence, the heart of it is actually there, because I am doing that. And it's not coming from a place of arrogance that I'm able to do that, but it's coming from a place of very me being a very thinking out loud, and something I'm super grateful for, because whatever, when I actually sit and see that things I've always hoped, and now slowly and gradually I'm able to build that. And then moving on, I always thought that okay, when I'll be able to have enough money and I'll be able to, make those big changes and all of that, I will help all these small business people, and I will help them set up their business. I'll help them in any way I can. Um, so that people don't have to beg for money. They can do it with whatever they have. I can help them in whatever they have. And that was my whole idea. And just now, I am working on this amazing networking event under my brand name. And the whole idea again is that to push forward all of those small businesses um, that remain undiscovered, but actually making a big difference, right? And thirdly, it's like I've always been kind of a person that, yes, I've always balanced between being an introvert, being an extrovert, able to speak, but also like hold back. Right now, of course, my personality is changed because I'm recording a video, right? For a YouTube channel, mind boggling. But then again, I'm able to do those things. But that's the thing, when I am kind of person, if I sit with people, I actually understand and I see beyond the appearance, I see the person there is. I'm able to see those things. And when I am in my most struggling moments, I had no one. I didn't have the childhood friends that we always think of, that okay, if you have friendship for more than a decade, then definitely you are there through thick and thin, and all of these things. And sometimes, yes, even blood relatives, we are not able to communicate that well, and it doesn't land that well. But then again, when I went through it and all of those circumstances, the way it helped me was that my own ability to be able to see things in a different way, and just, even if there are normal people, they're passerbys, I just, you always get this feeling that okay, there's something about that person, there's something about them, there's something, something good and everything. So now I'm actually able to highlight them on Sit with Aksa. I'm just like, every time I get connected and I do like, I wouldn't say interview, it's just more of a conversation. I get guests over and everything, I reach out. So I just sit there and I'm just like, people like these do exist. And when you actually sit and see people, you just, your mind is just questioning in a way that, with whatever happening in this world, it might seem like the humanity has died, and some people who are actually doing good, they feels like okay, there's just this loneliness that get over that, there's no other people. But just with that platform, it actually being able to highlight and actually able to make an example for those people who think that there is no reason for me to do good because no one else is doing. It's just that if you see, even people beyond borders are making the same difference, even if that's helping one person able to do that. So you know how it helps. And it's just like, I was never a person, I was never able to embrace all of this until I actually submitted and I actually became a Muslim, because my perspective changed. The way I see the world changed. The way I see the most mundane moments change. And that's one of the reasons why that, yeah, with hardship there's always ease, and with hardship there is ease, like they go parallel. So I was able to just take upon that perspective, find find all of that, and you're just flowing like the river. But when you actually stop and look back, you realize that I'm actually fulfilling all of those things that I dreamed of and I prayed for. So this is just that I never knew what it meant to be a Muslim. I never knew what true Islam means. And it's weird that when I actually make an effort to try to learn more about the one who created me, the one who gave me this beautiful religion, the one who gave me this perspective, the eyes to see beyond the appearance, I just keep discovering so much about my own self that sometimes just like wasn't I putting an effort to actually know God? and and it's like, it's amazing, you're actually putting an effort in order to understand God, and at the same time you are learning about yourself and about other people, because then again, isn't that also a way of you learning about God? Because through his own creation, you, the people around you, the creatures around you, animals, plants, air, ocean, oh my god, ocean, um you're actually able to see that okay, how amazing this thing is, how amazing your own self is. So how amazing would that creator be who has created all of this? So just thinking, just it was just part of notes to myself, because yes, like Muslim always have been Muslim, but when you actually sit and see what it really means of something you believe in, it just changes everything for you. And you actually see that yes, even if there are hardship, you are able to see that how with those hard moments there always have been ease. So yeah, that's for me being grateful of not being born a Muslim, but actually um, being wanting to be a Muslim, because at that time I didn't know, but in 2021 I didn't know, but I knew I need to do it. But right now in 2026, I can actually say that it's the cornerstone of who I am, and it's yeah, the only best thing happened to me, and the only thing that I pray is alive in me. So yeah, that's me thinking out loud notes to myself, and yeah, that's it. I have to go sleep, but then again, I really hope that the main aim notes to myself, it reaches out to people in a way that with someone else speaking, they can actually learn about, you know, maybe some part of their journey they are able to relate to. I never found those, that relatable moments. And the reason of all of this is building, is putting out there that I really hope that even even if a single more word has been a ray of hope for you, I'd say that my aim is done over here, and I really hope it helps you. So, yeah, take care.